77 in Sandy Springs, 78 in Norcross, and it's 77 here in Midtown. More news at 1:30. Breaking news when it happens. I'm Mary Ryan Howarth, 95.5 WSB.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, it's 1:07 on this beautiful, beautiful spring afternoon. Happy 404 day to everyone. The name of the show is Inside Georgia Real Estate with Deborah Morton. She is the head broker at the agency Atlanta. She is my friend, and she hosts this show. So here's how it's set. The setup is 404-872-0750, 1-800-WSB Talk. Give us a call. You ask all your real estate questions of Deborah. Welcome, Deborah.
Thank you, Shelley, and welcome everybody. Happy Easter to everyone. It's spring break week for most of the schools around Georgia, and as we know, traffic is awful out there. But it's spring season, and houses are selling, and people are out looking to buy and sell, and I'm helping people prep to sell. I'm helping agents learn how to help clients. And that's an interesting part of what I do. Last week, if anybody was, if you caught the show last week, I think it was one of the most interesting and fun shows we've done to date.
Absolutely.
We had Josh Nelson.
Informative as well.
It was super educational, and we handled a difficult topic with fun, and I like to think grace. So we were talking about death and deeds and what happens to property and families when someone passes or goes to assisted living. How do you properly handle the transfer of deed to the family, whether it's in a trust, an estate, wills, or what happens when nothing is done? So Josh Nelson with Nelson Elder Care was with us, and I want to tell everybody again, we didn't get to all the callers last week. If you still have questions or you're unsure about your aging parents, what do you do when they're aging? They don't want to sell their home, but you know that like mom and dad, when one passes or one goes into full-time care, what do you do with the house? That decision often falls on the adult children to help guide that transition, and it's hard. Or alternately, sometimes we're dealing with families who, the folks have passed on, and the family, oftentimes they're out of state or they're not local, and they need help trying to figure out how to navigate that. So I am offering, go to InsideGeorgiaRealEstate.com, send me a message, and I will connect anybody who needs a little extra help with an expert, a legal expert. I am a realtor. Right. I am not an attorney. And I like to help people. I want to make sure people get the information they need. I am adding additional blogs and information to my website, the agency Atlanta, and you can get there through the website. So I feel really good about the help we gave to people last week, and I want to continue that as we come into the spring, so that everybody can easily find information they need.
404-872-0750, 1-800-WSB Talk. Those are the numbers. The show is designed, just like Car Guys, for you to call in with all your Georgia real estate questions to our expert, Deborah Morton, who is the owner of the agency Atlanta. This week, on my show, I cover politics. This week,
the bill
that
everybody's been waiting for.
Right, an HOA bill passed. Can you tell us about it? What does your industry think of this bill?
So Senate Bill 406, if anybody wants to do their own homework on it, it is a bill that finally passed. Anybody who has ever lived with an out-of-control HOA knows how frustrating it is, because HOA boards, property management companies, have all the power, and there was nowhere to go to argue that, hey, my HOA board is crazy, and they were
or a member of my HOA board is crazy.
Right. So finally, through Georgia legislation, SB 406 was passed, and it's supposed to be HOA reform. Is it perfect? No. Is something necessary? Probably. But as one who is not a fan of big government myself, right, I'm not sure that this bill hits the mark to help people the way we want to be helped.
Gotcha.
It probably did. It probably did for the really egregious problems,
Right.
where people were worried about an HOA board foreclosing on their property because of increasing fines and penalties, and there's a dispute, so here's a $500 fine that grows into a foreclosure situation because it's a disagreement.
So this bill fixed that.
Yeah, it doesn't fix that per se, but now there is an avenue to pursue correction. Now there is, instead of having it offers due process to people who need somewhere to go where they can have their case heard. So now you can file a complaint and have it heard. But what it didn't do is create like an impartial board. The original bill was to have a board kind of like the real estate board, where
Right.
it's not just one person with all the authority, but you'll have a hearing officer. The teeth for enforcement over fines and penalties, there's some wiggle room there for the hearing officer.
Right. If you go to in front of a board, hey.
Well, it won't be a board, it's one person.
Right.
But
The idea, right.
Yes. There's no quick remedies so most of the issues I encounter on a daily basis is somebody has a fine because their mailbox was crooked, or they painted their house a color that the board did not agree with. They didn't follow the process for their architectural committee to get information together. Those kind of arguments, I don't know that this bill is going to help the regular person. Will it help where it's really needed, where someone's in danger of losing their house? Yes,
Right.
it is. So
it does.
it's
Okay,
a start.
So,
And it doesn't.
that's what you mean. It was good, but it doesn't.
Yeah,
Right.
I think I could see that we're going to need some revisions to it over time, and it doesn't go into effect until January of 2027. So it's still. So the people who are angry at their HOA boards, I'm sorry, this is not the game changing solution you were looking for, but it's something.
Right. My question is, I don't see how anybody, anywhere, normal people, feel that no matter what you've done to your home, that an association can get you. Can get that home foreclosed on.
Well,
I just don't think
it's not. It's about non-payment of it's disputed penalties.
Right, but I'm saying, but that should not result in a foreclosure.
Let me throw it a different way.
Okay.
The people who live in smaller communities where the homeowners manage the HOA.
Right.
Sometimes there's one person on the board nobody likes.
Right.
We know that. There's one in every crowd.
Right.
But in general, what just happened here with this legislation, small boards are still going to be required to pay money and register with the state. So now you have, like in my own neighborhood, love my neighbors because everybody kind of keeps to themselves. We're friendly. We like each other. We like each other enough to respect one another. And now our volunteer homeowner board, somebody has to, it's an added expense to the registration fee.
So this was all in Senate Bill 406?
Yes, 406.
Of course. So they passed a law
Yes.
to increase expenditures from homeowners association
Yes.
with no oversight of the homeowners association. You see, this is
It's-
I'm
so-
sorry. I'll wait till Monday.
Yeah,
I'll wait till Monday. But this is the kind of
so this
stuff.
falls into your show category.
right,
but
I'll back off.
But I do think it's worth talking about on your show because it's expanded government that doesn't actually solve the real problem.
Absolutely.
And that's my issue, and why we enjoy
So,
talking.
ladies and gentlemen, just really quick aside. On Monday, I fill in for Mark Aram. Deborah Morton is going to be on there for a segment to talk about this bill. Okay, go ahead.
So everybody agrees there should be some limits in place with HOA. When you go to sell your home, you have to have a clearance letter. The closing attorney in Georgia will contact the HOA or the property management company to get a clearance letter. If they don't send a clearance letter saying, Shelley Winter, you are good to go, you paid your dues, you're in good standing, you can't sell your house. That's how
Because
important
I have these
this,
fines on it.
because you have a fine or you can't get a letter.
Gotcha.
What we often encounter is problems getting that letter. And here's a news flash.
These are little Hitlers. These
Oh,
people are little Hitlers. That's what they are.
So the most annoying thing though is that letter has all the power, and that letter they can charge whatever they want. You might have the privilege of getting that letter for $250 or more.
Just
It's the money that's behind the scenes is ridiculous.
Right.
And,
I can understand
and the power is out of control.
404-872-0750, 1-800-WSB Talk. The name of the show is Inside Georgia Real Estate with Deborah Morton. She is the owner and broker of the Agency Atlanta. You can call us at 404-872-0750, 1-800-WSB Talk. Ask any questions that you like, or you can send an email you get the email at InsideGeorgiaRealEstate.com to email Deborah Morton. We will be right back.
.118 in the Trustdale.com traffic center. Better news for you on both fronts. I-20 westbound, that crash that had a left lane knocked out near Panola Road has been moved off to the right. It's in the works.